Adam Sandler gives us one of the most stressful 2 hours you'll spend watching a movie. But is Uncut Gems a diamond of a movie? Or should it have been left in the mines? Let's discuss this and more on the Late Night Movie Podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, is Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello guys, pleasure to be back. Can't believe we've just celebrated our 1 year birthday. It's been a crazy time. But yeah, excited to talk about Uncut Gems.
And also joining us is our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Yes, hello everybody, welcome back. And yeah, I cannot wait to talk about somebody that I absolutely love. Really love this person with every fibre of my being. But yeah, look forward to reviewing Uncut Gems.
Yes, as we said, tonight we are diving into Uncut Gems. But before we do that, I do want to play a quick little game.
Okay.
Yay!
I've picked 5 movies. I'm going to tell you the names. You need to rank them in order of their Rotten Tomato score, critic score.
Okay.
So highest to lowest, whatever way you do it, both do the same way, so it's easier. But highest to lowest. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first movie is Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh god.
Or if you want
Are they going to be all
you
joined?
can call it Jumanji 1 from The Rock if you want. Like the first The Rock one.
My phone's definitely over the moment. I changed Jumanji to Humans. Don't ask me why I did that.
Humans: Welcome to the
First
Jungle
Rock
works. Second movie is Jumanji: The Next Level.
Is that the second one?
Yes.
The third one ain't out yet, so.
It isn't, but the third movie is Jungle Cruise.
Jumanji. Oh, bloody hell. All his shit jungle films, aren't they?
What was that second one called, sorry?
Jumanji: The Next Level, or call it Jumanji 2 if you want.
Yeah.
Third one, Jungle Cruise. Fourth one is Rampage.
Yeah.
And the fifth one is San Andreas.
Can I what's the
you know
common
the
thing? This is all
Yeah,
films starring The Rock.
Yes, Dwayne Johnson. So I need you to rank them 1 to 5, best to worst, on Rotten Tomatoes critic score.
It's going to be impossible because they're all crap.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Quite like Rampage and San Andreas.
You might like them, but I don't think critics like any of these movies.
No, probably not.
Well, she's gone from like really high rated films to the lowest of the low with these ones, I think.
Maybe. So while you two are making your order, I'll read them out for the listeners. So the films are Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji: The Next Level, Jungle Cruise, Rampage, and San Andreas. Andy and Stephen are going to be ranking them 1 to 5 according to their Rotten Tomatoes score.
I've got it. I don't think it's right, but I've got my list.
Okay.
Okay, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephen, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so in no particular order, well, there is an order. I wanted to say that. 1 is Rampage.
Okay.
2, San Andreas.
Yep.
3, Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
4, Jumanji 1.
My phone just changed it to Humans as well. I'm going to keep it.
And then 5, Jumanji 2.
Okay. Andy?
So I went Jumanji 2, Rampage, San Andreas, Jungle Cruise, Jumanji 1. And I think they're all like low rated films, so I think this could have been in any order. Like, I'm pretty sure San Andreas got like a 30 something Rotten Tomatoes, but I might be wrong.
No, I agree with you. The only reason I put Rampage 1 and San Andreas 2 is because I've seen both those films and quite like it. The rest of them, literally just a stab in the dark. I'm guessing the second Jumanji did worse than the first, but it could be the other way around.
So, similar to last week, one of you have got one
Oh,
right, one of you got none right.
oh my God.
A bad showing again. What I will reveal to you is you have finally been tricked. I read them out
Okay.
in the order.
No
Yeah, I
way.
read them out 1 to 5. I
Uh,
got you both. So, Jumanji 1 is the best. Jumanji 2 is second. Jungle Cruise is third, which Stephen kept in
So it's
third.
Stephen. Yeah.
Rampage fourth. San Andreas at fifth.
You little
we won
fucker.
again. Do you know what's really good is that even on the shit weeks, that's back-to-back victories from yours truly. I don't want to celebrate or cry at
It's
the
been a
same
bad
time.
showing, but you've done well, Stephen. So just to go through the
Yeah.
scores, just so you know, Jumanji 1 got 77.
Okay.
Okay.
Jumanji 2 got
I never thought.
72. And then Jungle Cruise got 62, Rampage got 51, and San Andreas got 48.
Okay.
Not his worst movies. There have been worse.
Thing is, that's
And there's
quite
a lot of
harsh
them.
on Rampage because I quite like Rampage. I thought it was a really nice movie. Like, only at 51's like brutal.
I don't even know if I've seen it or not.
If I would have said Baywatch, would you have put that at the bottom or the top or middle? Where would you put Baywatch?
Bottom.
I quite like Baywatch. It's funny. It's got quite a few good actors in
Got
it.
Zac Efron as well.
I'd put that second.
It's got 18, so you'd lost
Oh
again,
wow.
Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And Smashing Machine.
That's got
That
You probably know
like
that score
70,
just because it's been more recently.
second.
I think top.
That would have been third. It's worse
Okay.
than
Third.
two Jumanjis. But cool, that's fun. Obviously, all the news is about Jumanji 3. Like they put pictures up about Jumanji 3 this week.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be worth just chucking them in. I was going to do the 3 Jumanji films, just let you pick those 3, but I thought you could probably work that out.
Yeah.
But wonder if Dwayne Johnson instead. Cool. So let's move on. Obviously, today we are reviewing Uncut Gems as part of our A to Z movie series, obviously on the letter U. This was picked by Andy.
Yes.
I'm going to see if my voice will last. I'm going to try and read out the Letterboxd description. So, I should say, this is directed by Ben and Josh Safdie. I'm calling him Safdie, how you pronounce it. Come out in 2019 and described as this. This is how I win. A charismatic New York City jeweler, always on the lookout for the next big score, makes a series of high-stakes bets that could lead to a windfall of a lifetime. Howard must perform a precarious high-wire act, balancing business, family, and encroaching adversaries on all sides in his relentless pursuit of the ultimate win. Very lengthy description there, Letterboxd. Thanks for that. My voice just about managed. Featuring, of course, Adam Sandler, Lakeith Stanfield, who is also in something we watched recently. I watched Roofman.
Okay.
Julia Fox, which I believe this was her first movie, and she won an award or was at least nominated as like debut actress.
Okay.
His girlfriend in this. We won't spoil things right now, but you know who I mean.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett, the basketball player, the real life basketball player, Kevin Garnett.
Yes.
Idina Menzel, and then a whole lot of other people, including one of my favorite artists in the world, The Weeknd.
Yeah. And you know that Elsa from Frozen's in this film? Because that is
Yes.
Idina Menzel.
Idina Menzel, yes, yeah.
So, just before... I think... Did Frozen 2 come out like 2019?
Probably. Yeah, probably around then. Interestingly, I knew that because in my car, I have to play Frozen a lot for my daughter, and it comes up Idina Menzel. Then I saw her in this. I was like, funny, small world.
Elsa's here.
In terms of budget, I like to get you two to guess the budget. I don't know if you searched it. You probably started searching. I don't know. But...
No, I haven't.
No.
I don't feel like they have high budget. Adam Sandler films are usually like too high budget. But I remember this one getting spoken about a lot when it released, and with them having The Weeknd, a couple other celebrities. 20 million. I think that might be too much.
Stephen?
So I know that it's Netflix, but I was surprised that it's also distributed by A24.
A24,
So because it's an A24 film and Netflix, we go a bit higher, maybe like 35 million.
So just on that, it did premiere at Telluride Film Festival in 2019. A24 did give it a limited release in the US
Okay.
on December 13th, and then it released on Netflix December 25th, so 12 days later. So it did have a small box office stint. It was 19 million. He was 1 million off Andy.
Oh,
He was very close.
Oh, okay.
I imagine 18 million of that was Adam Sandler.
Yeah, probably.
In terms of box office, that small 12-week window apparently made 50 million.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So obviously smashed the budget in a very small amount of time. Would have done better probably if they kept it in cinemas longer. That was just US as well. So
Yeah,
I
true.
think pretty impressive, and I'm sure Netflix paid over the odds for it anyway. So I think they did very well with this one. Rotten Tomato score, which I have lost because I started searching Dwayne Johnson stuff earlier. Give me a second on that one. But the Letterboxd was 3.9.
Very respectable.
Which is very respectable.
I'm going to say 84 Rotten Tomatoes. Random guess.
Stephen?
91?
Cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge if that's what you two are thinking about this film, maybe. It got 91. How the fuck did you know that, Stephen?
He looked it up.
You must have looked that up.
I did note of it earlier that it was 91%, but
he tried playing it off as if he just guessed it.
I was about to. No, I remember we spoke about it that it's got a high audience score, a high critic score.
Yes.
Sorry, the audience score I think is 55%.
52.
If I remember. Oh, okay.
Really? Okay.
I always find that weird because the Letterboxd is again audience based, and it's 3.9, which is very, very good. So,
but
I know this is based on basically recommending or not recommending a thing, isn't it? Rotten Tomatoes.
But I'm assuming, and this is just an assumption because I don't use Letterboxd. I really should start getting on Letterboxd and do reviews. Yeah, I'll make that a thing for 2026. I think more people review on Rotten Tomatoes than Letterboxd.
Probably.
So does that then saturate the score?
It says over 10,000 on Rotten Tomatoes. Letterboxd says 15,000. Oh no, if anything, it's more Letterboxd.
My assumption's wrong. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and then that's normally what we'd do. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, Letterboxd. And I wanted to mention that it had a small stint in the cinema. So, Andy, you picked this film. I think you should do the honors. What did you think of Uncut Gems?
Okay, so I'm going to start by saying when I was watching this film, I had a bit of a headache, and I thought I was going to go down one route to begin with, and that was going to be that I hated this movie and didn't like it. Because the first 10 minutes of this film is one long ass intro where there's people talking with music over the background, and it was like, this is already stressing me out with my head. It's like those TikTok videos where someone's showing a clip from a movie or a TV show and they add music to it so they don't get copyrighted and stuff, and I absolutely hate it. And I literally paused it to see how long the film had been going on for, and it was on 9 minutes, and I'm like, fucking hell, this is one long ass intro they're doing right now. Can they just stop the music, please?
Is this in the mine still, or you mean in the shop?
It
starts in the mine, like where they're digging they find the
gem.
And then the guy's got the injury.
and then it goes into the shop. It's still playing music over that part.
Yeah.
And I was like, can we please just get into the film now? Like, I was waiting for it to drop, and it just kept going and going and going. I was like, bloody hell. But yeah, so like the first sort of 20-30 minutes of this film, I was a bit unsure direction it was going to go. I found it quite. It was confusing on purpose. Like, I didn't find it confusing, but I felt like they chucked in bits to make it confusing, and then obviously you found out a bit more sort of going further down the film. But yeah, I ended up sort of enjoying it and liking it. Like you say, it was a very stressful film. I think the ending is what made me enjoy this film a lot more. And I won't obviously go into that until we get to spoiler territory, because it's something I really want to talk about. But the whole sort of premise of this film, where he is obviously trying to get his big payout. He obviously owes a lot of money to different people. The entire film, he's getting like chased down. He's trying to get money to pay them and to maybe retire, get his big score. And it's just one thing after another where everything's going against him. And you have like this feeling in you that something's going to happen in the film where he does finally get his sort of win. and you think that with the first bit, and then obviously something happens and other things keep happening, and it's all a bit mental and chaotic. And watching this, having a bit of a headache, you can pretty feel like I pretty chose the worst film to watch having a headache, because
not a
they
good
purposely
idea.
make it chaotic, confusing, stressful. I've got all of that going on. I'm like, fucking hell. You got the thing with his apartment. I won't go into obviously details until we get to spoil a bit, but the thing with his apartment, the thing with the guy that he owes money to, who that actually is, like all these different things that happen, and then you get halfway through it and you're like, what the fuck? And yeah, so it's all a bit chaotic. It's not Adam Sandler's typical film. It's really the first film that I watched that isn't actually a comedy or him playing like a funny man. I thought he played his character well. It was nice to see him play a different version, because in a lot of the films it's literally him playing the same character over and over. So this is the first time where I've seen him play someone different. But again, it's pretty similar to. I felt like he was shouting a lot of the time. So you might sort of compare it to Tom Hanks in Turn and Hooch. And I don't know if you're going to say that, Welch. I did see your score on Letterboxd, so I know what you think of this film. But in terms of his performance, I don't know what you think. But there was a lot of shouting in this film from him, from other characters, other cast members. But yeah, the way the film ended, from all that build up, I was like, holy shit. I was like, I like that ending. And once we get into the spoilers, I'll go into a bit more detail. But yeah, overall, I did like the film. I think I pretty need to watch it again when I don't have a headache. I might like it a bit more. But I gave it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Great.
Whoa.
A great score.
I did not think we were getting an 8 out of 10 from all of that. Jeez.
You'll understand more when we go into spoilers and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can't talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Stephen, what did you think of Uncut Gems? Your favorite actor in the world, Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Wait,
so
what
obviously,
have you actually seen, Stephen, for Adam Sandler in? Because you say you don't like him, but what have you seen in him to give you that impression?
Grown Ups, wasn't he?
Yes.
Grown Ups is a great film.
Grown Ups 2 is not.
It's
I
great.
don't like Grown Ups 2.
Grown Ups is a great film if you take Adam Sandler out of that film. I find him like so insufferable and annoying. He's just one of those actors where I just, and this is gonna sound really horrible, and I know that I'm in the minority. I don't think he's a particularly good actor. What I will say in this film is I actually think he was quite good in terms of his performance.
Quite good.
But generally, I think that most of the time when he's on screen, I find him insufferable. I mean, I hated his character in this, but I think that that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think you're meant to not particularly like him. He's not a likable character in any shape or form, but he portrays that really well. So obviously going into this movie, I wasn't excited for it, because I was like, fuck me, this is a 2-hour, 15-minute film with Adam Sandler in the lead. I would not watch this film unless we were doing it for A to Z. It wouldn't be my kind of usual movie that I would pick. I am kind of aligned with Andy that I think that the first 30 minutes after the intro, it's just so boring. Like literally, it's like nothing really happens in terms of like, I was sort of struggling to work out sort of what was going on. I agree with what you were saying, that there's a lot of talking, like the music in the background, and I think it's meant to be like that it's really chaotic, and it's kind of like one of those movies that if you've got anxiety, this is kind of what your brain is doing in terms of giving you a million and one different things. So I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I just kind of found it like boring. And it's a really weird movie. So like I really enjoyed the third act and the ending. That definitely gets a higher score, which we'll get onto. But I really thought that the ending in that third act was really good. But again, I kind of sit there and think, I don't quite know what the movie's trying to tell us. I get the story. I don't find it confusing or anything like that. I just think its message is sort of, I sit there and go, what was the point of that? That is kind of the overriding feeling that I get after watching the movie, because it didn't leave me with anything. I thought the third act was good, and the ending was a bit like, whoa, even though in my head I kind of was thinking that there was something in my mind that I was asking myself thinking, is something going to happen or not going to happen? And then you think it's not going to happen, and then it does, and I was like, oh, okay, and I quite like that. But up to that point, I just don't really know what they're trying to portray, if that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of thinking, what was the point of all of it? You know, I know that there's this guy that he's trying to get a big hit from all of these bets. He owes money to all of these people, but like, he doesn't really grow as a character. He sort of just goes from one disaster to another, which you could argue is the whole point of the movie. But then, what is the message? What is the core reason for the movie? And I looked at some of the reviews
message is
after.
pretty obvious.
Yeah, but the message
What
might
do
be
you think
obvious.
it was,
What's the
Andy?
point of it?
You keep doing stupid shit like that, you're gonna end up being in deep shit.
Well, I think if this was actually happening, he would be in deep shit a lot sooner than what happened. I just think that it kind of went on and on to a point where I was like, well, like, again, even though I get the message, what is the actual point of this? What is the movie trying to say? And if it is the case, it was quite long-winded. Like, did it really need to be 2 hours 15 minutes? If you're going to do a movie like that, why don't we just make it an hour and a half? Make it a bit short, because there's long bits of this movie that just don't need to be here. That I was just sitting there going, like, where are we going with this? And then something else would happen. I'd go, oh, okay, that's quite interesting. But then it would then go into another like boring scene. So I found myself kind of going in and out of the movie. Like, I wasn't fully engaged. Once we got to the third act, I was, but I did lose engagement points. I also think it's those kind of movies that a lot is going on. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that side of it, like the anxiety inducing feeling that this movie gives you, I think is a positive. But I just think generally the pacing of the movie, and sort of, some scenes were good, some scenes were just a bit all over the place. I don't really feel that the movie had great pacing. And yeah, Adam Sandler's performance was strong. But yeah, it's a really weird film to kind of just summarize. But generally, I thought I was going to hate it purely because of how much I don't like Adam Sandler, and he was probably one of the better parts of the movie, which I still don't like the guy, but I do think he was very good in this.
This is going to be good. I think me and you actually might give this more points as well for the basketball side of things, because we like basketball, and just hearing them talk about certain players, like I heard him mention like Paul Pierce on the TV or like the commentary. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then obviously the link with KG and stuff. So that added an extra bit of layer for me.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about basketball, so all of those kind of bits and pieces went straight over my head. I mean, it's not the worst film in the world. It just didn't fully land for me.
What a score!
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Wait, whoa. That is so weird. Like you said of Andy, I didn't think you was anywhere near that low. That surprised me.
Oh, okay.
I thought you was pretty positive. They're not like, you wasn't glowing. That shocked me that you went with 5.
Had it not been for the third act, I would have rated it a lot lower. And Adam Sandler's performance.
Wow. Okay, so 5 on our scale is a okay. That's what you'd give this an
yeah.
okay.
And I think the movie's okay. I think that had it told its story a bit more coherently and been a bit shorter and a bit more precise, I think it would have, in my opinion, would have gone to like a 7, 8 out of 10. That's what I think the movie needed. I think even though I knew why it was doing that, it just timing. Like, we'll get into it in spoilers, but there's whole sequences in this movie where, like, you don't need it. It doesn't serve any purpose to the story. But yeah, we'll get to that in spoiler territory.
It's gonna be fun.
I absolutely loved this movie. This is
really
one hell of a fantastic movie. It's so nice to see Adam Sandler do something like this. And I like Adam Sandler. I like Switch or Click.
Click. You've got Big Daddy. I can name so many
the one with the 50 First Dates. Love that film. Like, there's so many good Adam Sandler films. I can't name them all. But this, I think this is one hell of a performance. Adam Sandler in this, to me, was unbelievable. And I am shocked he didn't win anything for this. I think this was the year it would have been Joker. So fair enough. I think Joaquin Phoenix probably did deserve it slightly above Adam Sandler, but
yeah,
for me, this is up there. It's unbelievable.
His performance is very good.
I know this isn't a Netflix movie because it's A24's movie, but considering this is basically for Netflix, compare this to most Netflix movies. This is a whole nother level, like so far above. I just think this is fantastic from minute one. I don't agree with you with the beginning. Maybe it is because of my love for basketball that I was invested straight away. As soon as Kevin Garnett come in, I was invested. The whole concept of this gem, I was invested straight away. And yes, it's chaotic. It's unbelievably chaotic, but I loved it. And I guess at the beginning, I was thinking, this is fucking mental.
Yeah.
But the more it went on, I was like, this is the point. It's meant to be. They're showing this life, this man's life. And I kind of agree with you on the messaging, Stephen. Like, when you think about it, it is, I think Andy's right. It's probably just, this is the guy's life, and this is why you don't want this life. If you keep living this life, if you go down this route, it doesn't end well. And I'm glad it didn't end well. Spoiler. But what I also love about this movie, and I can't think, you two have watched more movies than me, you might think of other examples, but most movies, the main character, the protagonist, around the end of Act 2, realizes the errors of their ways, or they come to some realization, and in the final act, they change their ways, they do something, they overcome this thing. In this one, he's like, nah, I am not letting what I said. I'm going to keep fucking going. And I'm like, it's quite refreshing to see that there is no revelation. He just carries on being him.
Just what I think, there is an example to that. So, Wolf of Wall Street, prime example.
Oh, yes, fair enough. Yeah.
George Belford's character, of that. He has a moment in the second act where he could change, but he's addicted to the life. He's that whole famous thing of, I'm not fucking leaving.
Yes.
And actually, while I was watching it, I kind of saw similarities to Wolf of Wall Street in the sense of that is chaotic. But again, I felt that with that film, everything just landed. So for me personally, I think the best way that I describe it is, if you're going to do a movie that is just full of chaotic, there's got to be that constant way through. I know you're saying that you love that, but there was just moments where it just didn't land. Like, there were some things that I was like, oh, okay, that's really good. Like, my engagement levels dipped. And I would think for me, that was because there were moments of the movie that just, if you take them away, it doesn't serve any less or more of the story. I'm glad that it ended in the way that it did as well. But again, that's my biggest gripe of it, where I think other movies have done that story better.
Yeah, I see a point, but for me, I didn't have that. I was in the whole time. I've mentioned it on a few films this year, and I'm catching myself doing it a lot. Sometimes I catch myself like almost mouth open, staring at the screen, like that invested. It happened in Good Boy for different reasons, more because I was just like, what the fuck is going on in this film?
Yeah.
I just couldn't take my eyes off this, and I liked that the stress wasn't just his job; it was his marriage situation, loads of different situations that he had. The kids. There's just so many different things, and there was a point I literally thought to myself, I thought I was a busy person. Like, at work, I'm busy. This guy is just always doing something. Like, he is always on, and I was like, I am so stressed for this man, and it's not me, it's him. And don't get me wrong, his decisions that he makes on a lot of these things are bad. Or some that he thinks are good and they don't turn out right, and blah blah blah. But it's just, I was just captivated the whole way through. Performances were great. I am a new fan of Julia Fox, and Adam. I cannot praise Adam Sandler enough. I think he's phenomenal. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10, which it sounds like I'm probably going higher than that with the way I'm talking. I would say, like I said with your point, Stephen, the message in here is basically, you don't want this life, or you think you want it. This is what's going to be your life if it is yours, which I don't think is a strong enough message. And for it to be a 10, I have to have every kind of emotion, or like very strong emotions. Whereas this was more just, I was captivated and loved it. It wasn't like I was shocked at some points, particularly the ending, but not like upset by anything or anything like that. It was more just shocked. That's where
Yeah,
With any film to get a
definitely
10
agree
for
with
me,
you.
I've just got to go that little bit more. But put it this way, it's my favorite film we've done on A to Z.
That's
Okay.
crazy. There has been some shockers though, like
Oh,
said
don't get me
so.
wrong, there's been a lot of average to bad films, but there's also been a lot of good films. So before we go into spoilers, because of Stephen's 5, you sure you don't up that, Stephen? You want up it a little bit? No. No, I'm joking. This does get an average score of 7.33, which puts it sixth. So it goes just above A Haunting in Venice, which we only have 2 people.
Yeah.
So once Stephen's review, that could change. But it goes just below It's What's Inside.
Okay.
Yeah. I know where I'd put this above It's What's Inside, but this is a collaborative effort.
Where would you say that it should be, like within the top, like?
Well, for me, it's number 1. But
number 1.
as a collective,
Well, I've Gone Girl. Oh, but you didn't have the same surprises on.
I knew some of it going in. I do think Gone Girl would maybe be the best if I was a bit more shocked by things. But my second highest rated is Jaws. I say second highest. It's also got a 9 from me.
Yeah, that's pretty one of my lowest rated.
But I would put this above Jaws, but only because of the age, I think, of Jaws. If I watched Jaws back then, I probably would have given it a 10. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we do. My mic just went really red then. Don't know why. We do need to go into spoilers. So for anyone listening who doesn't want to be spoiled from Uncut Gems, then check the description below. We may have something after this. I don't think we're going to have time to. But if we do, there'll be a few other reviews at the end of this. If there's nothing in the description, then come back when you've watched Uncut Gems, which I would highly recommend, and Stephen probably wouldn't. Final warning.
It was all right. I wouldn't say not to watch it. Just it was okay.
Final warning, going into spoilers now. I guess we all want to start with the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if I could start, the bit that, so when that final bet's coming in and he locks that group of people in his shop, all the way through I'm thinking, he's opened the door and they're going to kill him.
Really?
But
I was not. I did not see that coming at all.
I thought that maybe if the bet didn't come in.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he's like chanced himself right to the point, and that this is a group of people that they've been not sort of like patient with him, but then like I was thinking in real life he'd be dead way before or out of business. But obviously I know it's a movie that they need to keep it going. But there's part of me thinking that I thought, could that happen? When he won the bet and he got the money coming in, at that point I was like, oh, maybe they're not. And then boom, he gets shot in the head. So I was like, oh, fuck, okay. It was kind of like that Hereditary moment. Oh, it's going to be creepy little girl. We'd seen that all before. Then her head gets, you're like, all right. So that isn't going to happen. And it was one of those moments for me where like I thought actually he was going to get his happy ending, which I then would have come onto the podcast and gone, I don't quite know if I like that for all the stuff that he does. But the fact that he just gets shot, I actually do feel a bit of sadness because of him and Julia Fox's character, of the fact that like she realizes that she really loved Howard, thinking that they're going to get the happy ending and then it's taken away just at the last moment. But you could also argue he deserved that to happen. So in my head, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking surely, I did kind of think if he'd lost the bet maybe, but the way the movie kind of gives you that uplift to then take that away from you, I really like how they did that. I thought that was done really, really well.
Yeah. I didn't see him getting killed like at all. Like you say, he lost the bet, then that's a different story. But I feel like throughout the film, especially with the other twist, the guy that's after the money is a family member of his as well.
Yeah.
It's like at no point did I think that he was actually in real danger of like dying. Like I thought, oh, they might, like when they hang him out the window sort of thing, they're gonna like threaten him. I thought because they're related, even though he wants his money, obviously. Is it Arno? I think his name is.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that sense of he's going to die at any point from those guys, because I felt like throughout the whole film what they were doing, it was just mostly threats. Like he got chucked in the water, he got drove around, chucked in the trunk, maybe a couple of bruises type thing, and they didn't pull out the gun until that very sort of end scene where they are locked in that room. and I thought because they're family, those guys are just working for him. I did see him sort of lose some control over them when they're like throwing him out the window and he's sort of like trying to tell them to stop, sort of thing. But yeah, as soon as he's won that bet, I'm thinking, he's got his happy ending after all these different things that have happened where he's sort of fucked himself over. He thought he won that original bet, and then it turns out that he cancelled the bet and he would have won. Yeah. And it's like, oh shit, like he's going around town thinking he's won that bet, doing all these things, making all these decisions, and it's turned out he's cancelled the bet, and you're thinking, damn, he's straight back in the same boat that he was in before. But then when he puts the second bet on, and for me, I thought he was going to win it because he's hyped Kevin up so much for this stone. When you saw the first game and his performance, and then you see the drop off, and then he's given that whole speech to hype him up to go into that game.
That's an amazing speech, that bit.
Yeah. So I thought he was going to win the bet, and then I thought like, oh, when he's letting them out, like he's obviously happy. He's got £1 million. He's going to be able to pay them off. And then he just shoots him, and it's like, whoa. Like, yeah, it goes from like 100. It goes from like 1 to 100. It's like, fuck me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just caught me off guard, and I really like that a film has done that. Like they thought, fuck the happy ending. This he's playing a dangerous game. He's sort of playing everyone against each other. He's putting bets on. He's pawning rings and playing it close to the edge. Every little deal that he's doing, he's in a dangerous world, playing with dangerous people. And this is showing the consequences of him doing that. He might have got his big win in the end, but he's fucked too many people over throughout that sequence for him to get away with it free. So yeah, I like that they killed him.
Yeah, I do. You have to have that message. You can't end that film thinking,
yeah.
And he lives happily ever after with millions of pounds. It's like, oh shit, I'll go and do that then. That's how I want to live. So I should have seen it coming. But I think they do it so quick. Do you know what I mean? Like it's literally
that's
there.
It. He just opens the door, boom.
So you
don't even get a second to breathe.
Like you say, if that film, I don't know if it's the music or it's just Adam Sandler's acting, you're getting hyped. And I love basketball, so I kind of getting hyped anyway. And they were saying the numbers, and I was like, oh, he's going to win this because the numbers were there. I was like, he's definitely going to win this. And then they don't even give you a second to think about the consequences.
No.
But when you now think about it, he's now just won whatever it was, $1 million, $1.5 million, whatever it was, a lot of money. Those guys can just kill him and take the money. Like rather than letting him give them a share of it. It's like, well, we'll just take it all, and they kill both of them, obviously.
Yeah.
I also loved the twist with Arno being in the family. I loved that.
Yeah, I did.
And what I love the most about it is it's so subtle. Like, it's no
just that family
big reveal. He's just at dinner. And I was like, is that not the guy who had him naked in the car?
I like Paul, and I was like, that is the same guy, right? That just straight. Because I was watching it with Beth, and she said the same thing. It's like, is that the guy that was, like he was getting money from? But I was like, yeah, they must be family.
I love how they did it, and I love they didn't make it a massive thing. And I loved that Adam Sandler's character was trying to be. At the end of the day, he's wanted to provide for his family. And in that situation, he saw him as a family member. He knew he owed him money. He knew there's bad blood there, but he didn't. He wanted the family space to be family space. So I love that side of things. Obviously, he's a bit of a dick in other ways. Like his thing goes wrong with Julia. So then he goes back to his wife saying, "Oh, you know what? I've been thinking about it, and I think we should get back together." I was like, "You fucking
you fucking lie."
Just because it's gone wrong with her.
Yeah. Did they explain at the start that they weren't like properly together? Because this entire time I was thinking like, oh, he's married and then he's having an affair. I don't know if I missed them like saying that they weren't properly together or not. But then
there's no saying they're apart, but it's kind of like implied, or there's something where he says
they separated, but they're not actually divorced. They're just.
I got that after, like, because they obviously make that clear afterwards. But like when you first see him with the girl in the apartment, whatever, I was thinking, oh, he's cheating on his wife as well. But it's not until like further down the line where you clearly see that they're separated. They're obviously just being a family, not actually together. He's actually with his girlfriend.
That's what I thought. I thought that they were together and then they were having an affair. And then obviously it's then made clear. But I think that's kind of what wants you to sort of believe. It's only when
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the car talk about
That's
it that it's then
the
uncomfortable.
whole chaotic part
I
of
think
it.
that's what I love about this
Yeah.
film, and I am contradicting me every bone here because going to the gaming side, I hate games where they don't tell you everything and like they make you search YouTube videos to figure out all the answers. But I would have been annoyed if that was the case here. If I was searching things after, like, what the fuck is this bit or that bit? But this just does it cleverly. It lets you figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than point
Yeah,
blank
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
"That's my wife and this is my affair or
You-
this is my partner." You just figure it out, and
Yeah.
I don't think I left that film with any questions. I kind of
No,
got it.
no, it
neither.
all answers
I had
itself
questions
as
and
it
it
goes on.
eventually
Once you-
answered itself, and I loved that. And it was
When-
never in your face. It was always subtle. Even the Arno thing, you could argue it was in your face because it like pans to him, but it wasn't. It was kind of like he was just at
Yeah.
the dinner table. I was like, oh shit, okay, this is part of the family now.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you get to its third act, everything slots into place in
Yeah.
terms of understanding all of that. So there were no issues in that sense. I do also think that the sequence where he's like watching her unchanged and he's like texting her in the fucking wardrobe, that's where I was like, why the fuck is he doing that?
Well,
That's
I was
weird.
well confused because
I
I
thought-
thought he was trying to catch her cheating.
That's what I thought. I thought he was trying to catch her out for something.
Yeah.
But no, he was just.
I
fucking
just
around
thought
with
he
her.
was just, yeah, I thought he was just being fucking weird. And like, I was thinking, love, why are you being so like happy about that? A guy's literally I thought he was going to start jacking off in the
So
wardrobe.
did I.
I'm not going to lie.
So did I.
And I was like thinking, and that's what I'm saying in terms of like pacing. Although I now get that
Oh, I love that
it's
scene,
just
man.
him. Like, there's no reason behind it. But again, it was just a bit sort of like. And again, on one hand, I am contradicting myself as well because I'm saying that I didn't quite like that, but I also like the chaotic nature that it threw a lot of things on, and you just had to kind of keep up with it, and it all started to unravel itself. But there were just some moments for me that, if that wardrobe scene doesn't happen, it doesn't have any impact on.
No, but it
the
shows
outcome of it.
their like relationship.
It shows their relationship. Yeah.
Yeah,
The sort of relationship that they have.
I just felt that, like, it was. I mean, it was weird intentionally, but you didn't need that. I don't think. Like,
No, I think it does add to the story because I think like part of it you're thinking, oh, is she just with him for the money? She's staying in his apartment. But I think as the film goes on, it shows that she doesn't actually need him for his money. She's actually with him because she actually cares about him.
Yeah.
Obviously, she might get some benefits from it, but I think she can handle herself.
But again, the film keeps you guessing on that because she has the moment of the weekend.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
you say
don't do
that,
to
but I
Howard.
was like, yeah. I mean, she says that nothing happened, but there's still that part of me thinking.
Well, nothing
it
did.
didn't
They're
happen, but
both
she-
fully clothed, but it was leading there. Like, I think she was trying to close the deal, and she probably would have had to do something to close the deal, I imagine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she started with saying like no touching, no touching,
Yeah,
no touching, because she obviously still has that boundary there where she's like she cares for Howard and she doesn't want to overstep that line if she doesn't have to. I also thought she was in danger at the end with that guy who owns the penthouse. When he walked out with the 2 bags, I
thought she was dead.
He's fucked her over.
Yeah.
I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
And then she's in the limo. I was like, oh, thank fuck that. Because I thought they were both going to get fucked over because you see him die first, and then you see him walking out with the bags. I'm like, he's done a whole cons thing that you don't even see in the
5 minutes
background.
and he's won it.
Yeah. I was like, he's walking out with £1 million here, pretending that he's some billionaire. I was like, oh, thank fuck she's alive, because I don't think I could have took like a double bad ending sort of thing.
Yeah, I loved that whole moment where she's placing the bet. She's talking to that guy and she sees the guy coming in. She's panicking.
Yeah.
She goes up to his room after she said she wouldn't. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. I'd watch it again in a heartbeat. It is chaos, but
on purpose.
And I wonder, now knowing the answers to everything, like all the questions you have at the beginning, would you to enjoy the beginning more? Do you know what I mean? Like knowing where it's going and what's happening. I don't know, maybe not, but
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I say, like when I first started watching, I had a bit of a headache. So like just because the film was so chaotic on purpose. Like watching, I was like, oh, all over. But I like the pattern of the film. I like why they done it.
Yes,
like it fits his character perfectly.
Yes.
This type of movie.
I also loved the scene in the auction house.
Yes,
when he's told his
another thing.
Stepdad, not stepdad, like his father-in-law. I think is his father-in-law. I didn't work out who he was to him, but obviously a family member. To bet to get Kevin Garnett to go higher, and then obviously fails, and he ends up spending 190 grand or whatever it was.
190, yeah.
just thought that was hilarious. And he was, oh, I'll send you the money. I was like, I'm not going to send you that money back.
Yeah,
I just like it when you went, it
I
just
thought-
cost me 190 fucking grand. I was like, yeah, that's how I'd feel if you had to do that in an auction.
But then that leads to that speech with Kevin, and
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
obviously Kevin goes in and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing to me?" Basically, like, you fucking make me go around the circles. Like, I see what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
making me bid against someone else, like trying to
gotta
get the price
say-
up. Like, he should have just sold him the stone to begin with.
And for Kevin Garnett, who's not an actor, he is a basketball player in real life. He was surprisingly good. And I think there's potentially because he kind of lives that lifestyle. So he was just being
It
himself.
was just normal for him.
Yeah.
It's a normal diamond shop they goes into.
I also liked, I don't know what you two think about this, but I liked that they imply that this gem has powers. Like all of a sudden he's good at basketball because he had this gem. But I like that they never debunked that theory. Like he plays well with it. He doesn't have it. He plays really badly. He gets it back. He plays really well. Obviously, we all know it's a placebo effect. It's all mental.
Yeah.
But
it's a mentality
effect. They just leave that. It's like, for all we know, this is a magic stone, magic gem. We all know it's probably not. And Adam Sandler knows Howard knows that. But I like that it kind of leaves it with, oh shit, maybe it's kind of magical.
It plays under that sort of thing of if you've got like a lucky charm. So if someone gives you a charm and says if you've got like a big interview or a big speech or something important to you, it plays into that. And everyone has their own beliefs and feelings. But what Howard did is he used that to help him make sales for them. So, but I agree with that. I quite like that they kind of don't go too much into it.
Yeah.
But you could argue, is it because there's something in the gem?
Exactly.
Or is it just the mentality you think that he thinks that he's going to get wins from it?
I think that's just Howard's character, isn't it? He wants to make the sale because even when he first gets it, like, to be fair, I thought he was joking about the auction thing to begin with because I thought he's given him this big speech about something he's got from this, I can't remember which country it was, but he got it all the way from that country. It's just arrived. It's amazing. Oh, but you can't buy it, sorry. Yeah. And then obviously I thought he was just doing that to like bump up the price to be like, I'll give you £500,000 for it, or whatever. But no, obviously it turns out he was actually auctioning this off. But then again, like while he's waiting for it to go onto auction, he's doing all this side stuff in between with it, loaning it out to him, taking the Celtic ring. As soon as he got that Celtic ring, I was like, he's gonna go fucking pawn that or sell it and get money to do some stupid shit. And then I thought he was gonna get fucked up by Kevin at some point. But yeah, obviously he manages to get that back. But yeah, it just adds more layers to this film.
Yeah. We need to talk about the intro as well, where it goes from the miners find this gem and they look into it and it goes all like mystical, and then it zooms out and it comes out of Adam Sandler's arsehole. I was like, that is fucking quality. Absolutely brilliant.
I actually also thought that he was gonna like be diagnosed with like colon cancer. So when the doctor then called and said like, oh, everything's fine, I had this hunch that like he was going to go through all of this and maybe like win a bet and then gets a call to say you've got like 6 months to live.
So did I.
So when the doctor then just was like, oh, you know, everything's fine, I was like, oh, okay, so that was just part of like the gem then coming out of it. Like it was more a visual thing more than anything else.
It is. I think we all thought he's going to get that call. He's going to win this bet, but he's got 3 months to live with it.
Yeah.
And then when they don't, that should have also been a signal to me being like, okay, something else has to go bad here. Like something's going to go wrong.
I think I've just had a thought in my mind. That's probably what, on one hand, I like, but I don't like, which is why I've given the score that I had. Because on one hand, I'm like, well, that intro bit with him and the colonoscopy, what was that for? Because nothing came of it. It was just in the clear. But then the character nature of it, and that's what you're thinking, that's what they wanted to do. So I do, now that we're talking about it, I get that. I mean, I'm still not going to increase my score, but that's why I'm thinking about it in now 2 different ways. Because as I was watching, I was thinking, well, what the fucking point was that? Because you'll lead me down this line, but then that's what the movie wants you to do. It is a really difficult. It's. I do think it's one of those like Marmite movies.
I get that. Yeah.
Like from the reviews I saw, that you either go with it and love it, just like both you have, or I mean, there are people that are even harsher than I am that like hated the movie from the start to the end. It isn't for everybody, but again, that's what I find difficult. That I'm praising it on the one hand, but also critiquing it. But I think that's kind of what the movie wants you to, obviously doesn't want you to not enjoy it, but I also think it's one of those movies that it's difficult to say that you enjoyed it because it is literally just an anxiety test for the best part of 2 hours of what it actually puts you through.
I think that scene as well, when he's getting that news, just shows how much he just fucks everyone over, because even his own partner, who obviously stores his watches there, he's obviously just been handing out his watches and stuff to people. He's like, where are all my fucking watches gone? There's like 3 left in there. But yeah, that's quite funny. He's like on the phone to his doctor getting the news, and then his partner's obviously just kicking off because he's fucking giving away everything.
Was he putting on a what accent? Because I was watching all the way through trying to work out the accent that he put on, because that isn't his normal speaking voice, is it?
No.
No. I could work out what accent he was trying to do.
I mean, I watched it in the week, so I'm a bit more a few days away from it. Was it not just a New York accent? I can't remember.
Well, I was like, was it like a Boston accent? But I thought Adam Sandler is like American anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, but you've got different parts of America are different. Wait, was this set in Boston?
Yeah. No, it was.
Was it not set in New York? Yeah, it was set in New York, right?
Yeah, it's set in New York.
But even though it was set in New York, but that accent, I thought, was it a Boston accent? Sort of. I couldn't quite work out what accent he was trying to do.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's my favorite Adam Sandler performance. I might even say movie at this point, because it's so different. I love Click. I love 50 First Dates, but this is right up my street. The more I'm thinking about this film, the more I'm thinking, am I going too low with a 9? Like, I passionately love this film.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of films, so it'll be hard to like choose. One that I like is called Anger Management. If you haven't seen that, I recommend that one with Adam Sandler. That's another great film. But yeah, I think it's up there because it's such a different performance from him as well.
Yeah,
that adds level to it, where it's like, okay, we know you can play the funny guy, the comedy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you play someone a bit more serious? And that is what this film is.
Yeah,
I was about to say, do you actually find him funny?
Yes.
I love his films. Stephen, you mentioned one film, like you've seen Grown Ups. Have you actually seen any other films?
No, because I don't like him. I wouldn't want to watch that.
How can you make that judgment of one film?
Just generally, like the way that he speaks, the way that he moves, like I just don't like him as a person, so I'm not going to sit through.
If you don't like Adam Sandler, you should watch Little Nicky, because that will make you hate him even more. It makes me love him more. But if you already don't like him, I think that film would just piss you off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna, unless we have to, then I don't want to watch other movies.
He's got. If you're making a judgment off one movie when he's got like.
Not making a judgment, Addy. I don't like him. Like I don't like him as a person. I find him annoying. I don't have to see all his movies. I generally don't want to sit through him because I just don't rate him as an actor. I don't have to watch all of his movies to make that decision.
You can, because like actors obviously play different roles and you can like him in one movie and then hate him in another movie. Like you're making it like that judgment of one movie, and if you're saying you're hating him as a person, especially when he's someone that does like a lot of like charity work, he's someone that's very humble, stays down to earth, like with what he wears and stuff. In terms of like other celebrities, I'm shocked of all the people you're saying that you don't like as a person, that he's one of them. Like,
yeah, I don't like him.
So,
basically,
Biggsy did write in with his thoughts. He watched this week as well. So he messaged me, said that YouTube wouldn't see any like thoughts. This is a surprise for you. He said, just literally finished Uncut Gems, and I don't know how I feel after that ending. To have no luck after no luck constantly, to then get lucky and win all that money and just die like that, I didn't see it coming at all. It's sitting at a score of 7 or 8 for me at the moment. I can't work out if the ending makes it a good or great. Then, about a minute later, he went, you know what, 8 for the shock factor of the ending. I didn't see it coming at all. So he gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, any other points we want to talk about? I mean, I think I've spoken about all my favourite scenes. Obviously, the fight with The Weeknd was funny because it's just, I just never in my life thought I'd see my one favourite artist fighting Adam Sandler. And was there any other cameos in this? I can't remember off the top of my head. Kevin Garnett's obviously the big basketball one. I found that a really stressful scene was when Kevin Garnett was trying to get into the shop and the door was shut. and they were trying to
yeah.
open it. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, just open the fucking door.
Yeah.
But
Just
again, sums up the whole
get a
thing.
new tool. Simple way.
That's what
Just
They
they
needed
said.
get
that
someone from maintenance
tool to
in.
open it,
Yeah.
didn't they? But it ends up working in his favor because it ended up locking those guys in at the end.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
maybe not so much in his favour because of how it ends for him, but at that time, yeah, it did work for him.
But they were probably on their way to get what's her name again? I've already forgotten it. Julia Fox's character.
Julie.
They was on their way to
Her
get
name
her.
is like I think her name is Julie in the film.
I think you're probably right.
Julie. Yeah.
But also he rang his wife or ex-wife and said you need to get out
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That phone
Also,
call.
we haven't spoke about the scene, but when he rings his wife from the boot of the car, saying, "Oh, can you come and unlock the car? I've left the keys to the car." She comes out in her little heels and does it, and he just gets out of the boot, fucking start naked.
Yeah. That's funny.
Unbelievable. But it's funny how prepared he was because he obviously had spare clothes hidden in that boot for that exact situation.
I just realised that probably or made you think that was the first time that's probably happened to him in his life.
So I thought it was funny moments, obviously, but for a typical Adam Sandler film, not a funny movie.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you.
Any final points before we wrap up?
No, I think we sort of covered it all. It was a very stressful chaos film, and that was part of it.
Well, that is going to do it for this week's late night movie podcast. Let us know what you thought of the movie that we did, obviously, Uncut Gems. Did you enjoy it as much as me, or are you more with Andy or Stephen's thoughts? Let us know in the comments, or tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you're listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss next week's episode, which is, I can't believe I'm saying this, guys, our review of Stranger Things Season 5, Part 1.
That's mental.
Yeah, it's finally here. It's releasing Thursday.
It's ruined my little plan for Wednesday.
Yeah, and it's made my plan much better. I can go to Arsenal with no fear. So yeah, it's coming out. We'll be able to watch it. I know you two will be. I might not be able to. We'll figure it out. But we will be reviewing Stranger Things Part 1 next week. So look forward to that. Until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I've been your host, Welchy, and joined, as always, by my co-hosts, Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure, and looking forward to next week's episode.
And Stephen.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always. I just wanted to add, are we not giving our movie for V, or are we doing that at a later
Shit. Point? Well done, Stephen. What are we watching for V?
Right. So I have 2 movies in mind. One that I want to pick, but it depends if we can all watch it. So for V, it will be the horror movie called VHS. If we're not able to watch that, then my backup will be a movie called The Vault.
The Vault.
Which is on Netflix.
Vault spelled V-A-U-O-T?
V-A-U-O-T, yeah. Okay. It's called The Vault, but
that counts.
Yeah.
VHS is on Shudder, on Prime?
Yeah, which they have got a free trial at the moment, so if we're able to do that. If not, The Vault's on Netflix.
Okay, because it's a week free trial, the week before we do our review of this film, whatever it is, we will officially announce on a podcast what one it's going to be. But it will probably be VHS. Well, I don't know. It's either VHS or The Vault, so stay tuned. Thank you. Oh, do you want to say bye as well, Steve? I don't think you've got to say bye.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, just wanted to make sure that I got my one in for V. And yeah, been a pleasure as always. And I will not be watching an Adam Sandler movie for a long time, I hope. So please don't pick another one.
We'll try our best, Andy, to get another one in.
I'm literally going to choose every film Adam Sandler now.
Thank you again for listening, and we will see you next week.